The pressure on the exam day is so intense. 16,000 people registered for the exam. Guess how many percentage of people that passed? Hi guys, it's Fumbi Ball again, and today we'll be talking about the FIFA Agent Exam. FIFA released this article talking about the statistics about the people who wrote the exam and the percentage of people that passed. 16,000 people registered for the exam. Out of the 16,000, 7,700 and something thereabout wrote the exam. Guess how many percentage of people that passed? Only 18%. So today, I'm here to tell you how to navigate the answers. Because it's an open book exam, so why not take advantage of it? And that will also increase your chances of passing. If you don't pass this one, you have to wait till 2027. So sit down, relax. I'll just be giving you 4 tips, and the 4th one is the most important one. Yeah, guys, without wasting so much of your time, let's get to it. So the very first tip is to understand the material itself. Understand the divisions of the material. Understand that the first part of the material, the middle part, and the last part, what each part says, and understand where the FFAR is positioned, understand where FIFA Clearinghouse is positioned, understand where safeguarding is positioned, understand where ethics and disciplinary committee is positioned. So if you get a question on maybe nationality, change of nationality, you should know you should not pass the first 100 pages, because that is where all the FIFA General Secretariat, how FIFA is being run, and all the constitutions, especially in statute of ethics and disciplinary code. And you don't just go looking at the last pages. If you are looking at the RSTP, that is the middle of your material. So in all, what I'm saying is understand the structure of the material itself, so it helps you know where and what to find. This very second tip, this one is also very good one. It is to use your options to search. For example, there's a question on probably maybe bridge transfer, and you are not sure of what the answer says. You've read the question very well. You can't understand what the keywords are in that particular question. What you need to do is to look at the options. Option A, is there a keyword there? Option B, option C, option D. Most importantly, this would help you if you're answering questions that has to do with numbers. For example, 5%, 50%, 20%, 10 days, 45 days, 15 days, and those days are confusing for you. Just leave the questions. If you can't identify the keywords, use the days, use the numbers. Let your options also serve as your keyword. That way, you eliminate the options that you can't find when you check it, and you are able to be left with just one correct answer after using your options as the keyword. And this will bring me to say, how do you even find it? Because a lot of people say, I'm using the iPad, I'm using the HP, I can't navigate my laptop or my computer, which is the very third point. Prepare with the gadgets that you're writing the exam with. So if you are using a MacBook and you're sure that your laptop is not good enough or it's going to be confusing for you, it's nice 1 week, 2 weeks before the exam, start reading, start practicing with the laptop you are going to write the exam with. Of course, Command F if you are using an iOS, Control F if you are using the normal HP, Dell, and the likes. So the gadget you are using is also very important. That is, familiarize yourself with the gadgets that you are using. This one might look obvious, but a lot of people don't do it. Practice the exam like you are in the exam hall already. I mean, while you are studying, practice your questions like you are in the exam hall already. Give yourself exam scenarios. Like the materials that we give out to some of our students, there's a particular aspect of that LMS that says exam scenarios. Always a countdown, always a time stopper, always a time pressure. Put the camera on yourself, record yourself while you are writing this exam, because that's what's going to happen. You will be recorded when you are writing the exam. The setup is basically you put your phone, camera is on, and your laptop. So while you are doing that, when you know you are going to do that actually during the exam, so why not just practice with that? That way it makes you relax. It takes the pressure away from you on the exam day because it is what you are used to. So practice, not just, like I said, I mentioned the gadgets at the last point, but practice like you are also going to write the exam. So when you get questions, set up your timer and make sure you practice like you are in the exam. So another tip about that is this: make sure you find all your answers in the materials. Let's say, of course, there are some that they are so technical, that you can't search for them. Or during the exam, you don't have time to actually look at all of the answers to be sure you are correct. You only need to find the answers that you are not sure about or you are confused about. But when you are not doing the exam, when it's not the exam day, that is when you are practicing, make sure even when you know the answer, you know where to find them. So when you are done writing or when you are done testing yourself and you are marking it, make sure that you can refer back to the material while you are practicing. So on the exam day, you already see so much while practicing where these answers are. So maybe when the thing skips your mind, you already know where to look and what to look. So when you practice like that all the time, on the exam day, it becomes so easy for you and there is no pressure on you. Trust me, the pressure on the exam day is so intense. You'll be surprised. You might be sweating and your AC is on. So guys, please practice like you are going to write the exam. If you've stayed to this point, it means you are ready and you are good to go for the exam. The last and the final point I was going to mention is decide beforehand what you will check versus what you would answer from. So this might seem like a common sense or something that everybody should know. Understand some things that you are going to see or some questions and say, okay, you know what? When it comes to child safeguarding, I'm not going to want to search for this. I'll answer this based off of my knowledge. So you already know what your strongest points are. Some people their strongest points are on the RSTP. Some people their strongest point is on commissions. Some people their strongest point is on third-party influence or third-party ownership. So they know when they get a question, they are so sure they don't need to double check to see whether they get it right or not. So when you see those questions, because you're answering 20 questions, you need 15 to pass and you have 60 minutes for those questions. So of course you cannot navigate your answers or you want to double check your answers in all of the questions. So you have to determine very well or from the onset, this key concept I'm checking, these are the ones I'm not checking, these ones are the ones I'm very sure about, these are the ones I'm not very sure about. So decide right from time. That's why I still go back to my previous point. Practice like you are in the exam. So while you're practicing, you're already putting those touches into your skill set as to when the exam day will come to play. So you know what topic you are going to look out for and what topic you are not going to look out for. For example, in my mind, I already knew that any question that comes out in terms of definition, and I was going to go and double check. What is an allocation statement? What is this? What is that? I was going to go and double check. Any question that comes out on days or percentage, I was going to go and double check. But questions on maybe safeguarding, ethics committee, because my background is in law and all of those things, I was very confident, you know what, I'm not going to check this unless I've got extra time on my hand. And that was exactly what I did, and I got my license. Guys, so if you have enjoyed this, remember to like, subscribe, and share to your friends, and I wish you all the best. And also, this podcast is sponsored by BallBridge. That is the app that all sports person or every agency needs. Thank you so much, guys. I'm looking forward to see you next time. Cheers.